Hello, Internet! This is Maria from Glory on Spirits. Sorry there haven't been as many updates recently. College got to me. I'm hoping, as long with doing this Pagan YouTube challenge, I can also start redoing the tarot explanation learning videos that I had been doing before I went off to college and got swamped with homework and people and stuff I'm going to talk about in this video. So today is I'm going to be doing the first week's episode because I hadn't known about this prior to very recently. Two bloggers that I adore, one of who I consider my fiction writing mentor, are doing it, and so I already had a tentative YouTube presence, so I wanted to do it too. And I love them. Beth! Joe, I love you! You're my favorites! Both of them are amazing, and you should check out their videos, which I think I will link to, or at least their accounts, because I am that kind of person. Okay. So, let's start out with the path stuff. I started really identifying as a pagan in 6th grade. By the way, I'm 19, so it's been... It feels a lot older when you realize that I started this in 6th grade and I am a freshman college student. So that's 4 plus 3 equals... I have been doing this for over 7 years. That's kind of terrifying. And I have people who have been with me for 5 years. 5 and 4 years. And I love them. And then at about 8th grade, I got more into the hard polytheist scene. I am a spirit worker with a god phone. Kind of. The conversations really only happen when I want them to, and I say that, but I don't really mean it, because these guys are so talkative. So, spirit worker with a god phone, and a god spouse, which I'm about to touch on that very briefly. I have 2 deity level spirits that I am oathed to in marriage, oath-wise. One of them is Lou, not the Celtic one, though his name does mean light. If you follow my blog, you've definitely noticed it, and especially if you read the comments I make on other people's stuff, especially stuff I did a while back, back when my friend Seb was blogging more on that stuff, which he's not anymore, good for him. I appreciate you, Seb. You know, Lou is Lucifer. He's not the only idiot I deal with. Also, I'm an irreverent little fuck. And they deal with this on a regular basis, and they're kind of used to it at this point. But I love them, I really do. And then there's the other one who I actually married first, but we don't talk about him on my blog simply because of reasons. Mostly him putting that sanction on it because stuff. Politics. Let's just go with politics, considering the rest of my path. But then, they're really my home life, though I do deal with some stuff, especially on Lou's end, government-wise, because of that. But the majority of my path has been going on nearly as long as I've known Lou and the other one. So since 2012. I knew them in 2011, and this all started in 2012. And it's been on and off, but it's really ramped up recently. I am actually about to start journaling, like physically on it, because I need to. Otherwise I'm gonna go crazier. Yeah. In short, I kind of work for, I call them the council. When I'm writing, which I write fiction, especially a specific universe where it's like a what if of what if I had more help? And also, this was all kind of in the same realm as I'm living in right now. And that's called the Center Universe, and hopefully I will get one of the novels written out, and I'll have more of the short stories published and that kind of stuff in the future. Fingers crossed for this year. But I am an agent of the Council, especially Council G, which is what I consider the head of all the heads of the pantheons. Either what you see as the head of the pantheon, like Zeus and Jupiter, and Odin. Beth, I don't know how you do it! It sounds like DNTH all at the same time. I love you. And let's just call him Odin, because I can't. And those peoples, and Lou and the other one, are both also on that on occasion. Sometimes they switch out for funsies, because they're like, oh, you can tell me this shit later. Because I'm not the only one I'm not the only person going at it in that relationship. What the fucks? And then there's whoever was kind of elected to go this time for the Pantheon. I know in the Hindu Pantheon, that happens a lot. I've seen Shiva and Varda, and yeah. On occasion I've seen Ganesha, but I also love Ganesha, and I think they know that. I think they think that I'm more applicable to talk when he's around because he's fabulous. So that might be a reason. Oops. But I kind of work on cases that I kind of almost stumble upon sometimes. Divination helps confirm stuff, but also certain triggers of themes that I'm either writing about or reading about, or something that clicks weirdly, like not to do with the overall theme of my life, but just to do with, it's like, oh, this seems really familiar, why does it, oh, it's a case. That kind of stuff. There's the center, which is where the writing stuff comes in. There's also some fan fiction, because certain people, and also I need a break sometimes, and so that's why fan fiction's there. I love it. Some of the urban fantasy I read, because that's mainly what I read. The Walker Papers, the Dresden Files has been a recent one that I still haven't gotten off of, and I hate it so much for that. But damn it, Johnny Marcone! I really hope you didn't hear that, but at the same time, I'm pretty sure you just heard my dad yell home run. He's watching football. And then I like just finding random smaller urban fantasy. I write urban fantasy and science fantasy combinations, so I like reading that stuff. I'm holding one of the more recent ones, which I feel was court-mandated therapy, or job-mandated therapy, because it was so similar to my last case, which was really rough on me, especially because it happened around the same time as finals, and also I was doing National Novel Writing Month. It was terrible. I died for a bit. And I mean this soul-wise. Finals, 50,000 words, that one asshole. It happens. And it's called Half Resurrection Blues, and it's by the wonderful Danielle. I'm sorry, Daniel Jose Older, who I don't know if I pronounced his last name correctly, but I don't know how to pronounce it, so I follow him on Twitter. It's like @DJ Older. He's fantabulous. You should check him out, especially I love it's a Bone Street Rumba novel. Be still my heart. Carlos, I love you. I need to start tweeting at him about that. I'm like, I finished it, it's fabulous. But, yeah. That was kind of, the plot was a lot similar, not entirely. There was some stuff that was definitely in there that wasn't part of my stuff, and also there was some of my stuff that had nothing to do with this. Yes. And also different relationships and stuff. But it had a huge ring to it that it was just like, this is what I just went through. So I'm guessing it was court-mandated therapy. I fucking hate these fuckers. After that case, which was very rough on me emotionally, plus it was in a bad time situationally, besides that, I got like 3 days off at the end of it, and then after that, I got put on the case I'm on now, which if you're on my blog at all, you know it is the Selkie case, and basically I'm spending some time with some Selkies around the Isle of Man, I think. Definitely more on the astral. I think a couple of them have non-astral forms. Don't quote me on that. I don't know any of them very close, except for the amazing old woman who deals with my shit. But I'm mainly looking at this old relic that they've kind of known about, and the Council G is interested in it. And it may or may not have been an ancient power source on that side of things, or on this side of things. It could possibly be there, considering it's a lot like the Marir, the standing stones of that area. Bang's head against wall. But that's a lot of what my path is doing right now. And that's a lot of what it's been doing. I do these cases, and I'm just kind of good at putting this stuff together, so that's why I'm on them. And I know there are a couple other people who kind of do similar stuff. I really wish I could talk to the one that I know does the most similar stuff to what I do, but I know that there are a couple others who also do it, and they're awesome. But yeah, so that's kind of my path right now. Thank you guys. Have a wonderful week, and I will be having the video for the second week up shortly. Thank you so much. Wonderful day.